Okay, so we are going to see how to set up your email campaign with system.io. So my presentation will go over seven points. The difference between a newsletter and email campaign, how to add your domain in system.io. The third point is how email campaign work in system.io. .io, sorry. We'll see a case study of email campaign, how to set up your thank you page. So this is the answer back to my very first video on system.io that was talking about creating a free landing page. So of course we'll test that landing page, and if you have any questions, guys, you can comment below, and also you can join my Telegram group. The link is in the description, and you can ask me question there. I am available most of the time, so you can ask me questions, no problem. So let's go straight to the point. Let's see. So basically, the newsletter is simply one single email that you send to uh, your email list. It can be all the people in your email list, or a group, a segment of your list, so that's what is actually newsletter. So it's a single email that you regularly um send. So email campaign means it's a series of email that we will see right here in my second slide. So it's a series of emails, right, that it is automatically set up by using your autoresponder, like get response or Aweber, and system has also an integrated autoresponder built-in, inside system. So you have your email sequence already set up. So when the person uh, enters the sequence, so he will day zero means as soon as he put his information right here, he will receive the very first email, and day one is the second email, day two is the third email, and so on. Okay, guys, let's talk very quickly about the landing page. So your landing page has to be very, very, very specific. So you need to have less friction, I mean by friction, less friction, not to overwhelm your landing page. It has to be specific, very clear, so people have only one choice, don't have uh, only one option, only to put their email information. It can be name and email information, and submit, and to get whatever is in the headline, right? So after they will go to the thank you page, we'll see that later with system, or either they can receive the gift as soon as they click on submit, right? So here, that's where the magic happen here, the back end of your email system here, right? So like I said before, day zero, they will receive the very first email, and they want the second email. That's how it's set up, in most of the autoresponder, but in system it's kind of different in system, right? So let's go in email for let's go for in email. Then let's go to campaign here, right? Okay, so this is one campaign that I have created here. When we click here, as you can see here, so this is day 0, right? And then I put a comment here, day 0. So day 1 here, you see. So basically in a system, all if you want your customers, your prospects to receive daily email, you know, one after another, so you need to put the delay to be 1 day, 1 day, 1 day. So the delay has to be 1 day, you know, 1 day between each of them. So 1 day, so it means that every day they will receive an email, right? if you if you set up here to be 2, 3, like in get response or Aweber, so it means that they receive this email only 2 days after they receive this one. And if it's 3, it means 3 days after they receive this one. So it's kind of different. And then that's why I put here in comment here, you know, comment. I put in comment day 0, day 1, day 2, day 3. So it you know, help me match what we already know, you know. So yes, so let's quickly here give you some example here. Let's go to for example campaign. Okay, and if you want to create a new campaign, you can create one. Let's call it YouTube test, for example, very quickly. Okay, YouTube okay, for YouTube test, just an example. So you can put a description if you want, and then save campaign, right? So after you create that, all you need to do is to click on that and add email. So let's call it uh, email test 1 or test 0, for example. So here you have, okay, basically for a better deliverability, you need to add your own email here, your own domain. So we'll see that later. Basically you have two options. Yeah, either you choose as a visual editor or the classical editor. So you can use whatever you want between them, but most of people are using the classical editor. So let's use it, you know, and create. So basically here there is no issues here. So for example, let's say hello, you know, test. It's just an example, you know, to show you quickly how things works. Okay, so here you have some you know, some command here, right? So for example, you want the person name, for example, right? So you're gonna just copy this and go back here and Control V. So it means that you know, when this email is saved, it's going to automatically take the first name of your subscriber automatically. So it's going to be personalized. So it's a very good thing to know, right? So, and basically, and also on top of that, you can add pictures if you want to. So basically, two options. First options, you can upload the picture from here, you know, from your computer to here, or also if you have a URL of the picture that you want to use, you can use the URL here and choose the width to be 200 for you know, for better fitting. and then you click OK. So guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments, or you can ask them in the Telegram group. The link is in the description. Okay, so then now all you need to do is, of course, you know, okay, you have three options here. You can save and send a test email, which is nice. So it will help you to see if by the way, if you want to add your affiliate link, for example, you can put here and click on this, and then this word here, you can put a link here and hyperlink you know whatever you want. So it's something that is good to know as well. So let's say save and publish. So okay, so that's where the magic happened here, right? So all you need to do here, so we're gonna put, so here normally there is no problem. We put 0 and then 0 days. Okay, so okay, so here is if you want exact time or day of the week, but you want people to receive that, to receive the email automatically. So you put day 0 and you publish. Okay, so let's add another one here. Okay, add email. So let's call it email 1, and then as usual we use the classic editor. We create. So that's where the big confusion will come here. Okay, okay, so as usual we are doing just a test, to show you how things work. So quickly, let me show you. So you save and publish, and then here you put the delay day 1. So here is only the delay before sending email is 1 here. The delay must be 1. Okay, and then here also is important. It has to be after the first email. Okay, so basically you set up the third email to be also day 1, and after our previous email. Okay, let's see here. You see, so here we have day 0 and we have day 1 here, right? So let me let do a very quick example here. So we have email test 0, email test 1 or 1, and let's create email 2, right? So and add an email, okay. Let's call it email 2. We use the classical editor, then we only need to create. Okay, let's call it test, and then save and publish. So here it has to be 1 as well. because you want people to receive one email after another, and it has to be this one, right? Ah, okay, that's what I was saying. So here it has to be our previous email. You see, email one, you know. Then you publish. So as you can see here, this is our very first email, the 0, and then 1 and 2, and then they will receive those emails automatically. So to make things very easy, I add a comment here and call it day 0, right? And then I save, and in here I call it day 1, right? Then I save, and here I call it day 2, and then I save as well. Okay, so you see, so they will receive this very first email, then the second one, then the third one, day after another. You see, and then with this we are matching what we already know about email sequences in the other autoresponder tools that we have. Okay, so once again, if you have questions, not hesitate to ask them in the comments, and I will go over them. So quickly, let's see our PowerPoint presentation here. We have okay. Let's now see how to add domains. So basically, what you need to do to add domains, let's go here, and you go to settings, and then custom domains. So for your email, for your emails, for your email domain, all you need to do is to go to mail settings, and then you add your email, and you will receive some CNAME information that you have to put with your own domain provider um, websites like Namecheap, for example. So let's go for custom domain, for example. So let's say I want to add a domain here. Let me grab this domain. So this domain, actually I host it at Namecheap. Okay, let me sign in. Let me sign in here. I go to, so as you can see, it's this domain here, right? So let's go to system here and add a domain, right? So okay, so this is the domain here. All you need to do, save, and you will receive some additional information about what you have to do next. So basically is to add some CNAME information here. So we have our CNAME record here. This is the very first one, right? So we copy that, we copy this one, and we go to Namecheap. So it's basically the same. It's the same if you have a Cloudflare, or you have GoDaddy, or any other domain provider. It's kind of the same. So you go to advanced DNS here. Then from here you have add new record. So, and you locate the CNAME record, right? Okay, so you check here which one is your host. So the host is this one. We already copy it. Okay, we have error here. Let's please while host name. Okay, there is that little dot. Okay, so let's go very quickly here and we copy. So basically it's this one, and you see guys, there is a dot here, so we don't need that dot, and we copy that and we'll put, it's going to be okay. Then we go again, so this one, let's see if we have a dot as well. Okay, this one is good. So you go here and you put target and then you saved. So we are not done. We go here. This is the second one. You copy it. You go here, add new record, and you locate CNAME record. So this is it. Oh, let's go and okay, copy it. Copy it here and we paste. Okay, we have all the information here, so we go to the next one, copy it, let's make sure we don't have any. Okay, this is good, so we go here and we saved. Okay, that's it. So basically you have it takes around 24 and 48 hours to populate everything, so you'll have your custom domain recognized. So it's a good practice also, to send an email to support to tell them that you have had your your domain, to make sure that you did everything the right way, right? So okay, so now basically we just need to wait. So this is the domain that just we have just added, so it's pending verification. We just need to wait for that. So let's go see our presentation here, and yeah, we already see how the email campaign works, and we also saw the case study of email campaign, how to set it up, and now is the setup of the thank you page in system. So let's quickly go back to system here, and we're gonna click on funnel, and we're working on this one, the YouTube one. So we click on that, as I have highlighted before. We can rename this one to whatever you want here. It can be free gift or anything you want. And as I said before, this sign means we didn't choose a thank you page. It's something that you can do. Yeah, this is what we are about to do. So let's go. First we edit our page. So we click on this button here. So we have seen before that sending form will allow us to capture the email information here, right? So And then in this particular example, people are, when they submit their email information here, they will get a free gift, directly here for from this link. So this book, what this example is. So what if so first let me copy that link and go back here. So this is our link here, our go live link. So what if, okay, we click on this, we go back. So now next step means the thank you page. So guys, look at that very careful. That's what makes system very powerful. That's what makes system.io very interesting, because it gives you the option, to enable the double opt-in, the double opt-in, on your email marketing sequences. Because it's annoying where you send your email and you have to wait until people saw that email and click on that email, in order for you to get the leads back in your own autoresponder. So yeah, it's yeah so basically here system gives you the option to either say yes or no. It's up to you, but you don't have the same choice with some autoresponder. Okay, next step means the thank you page. Then all we need to do is save changes. Always we want to save changes, otherwise all the work we have done will be gone very quickly. And then now yeah, the triangle means we didn't choose a template yet, so we're gonna go ahead and click the thank you page and choose a template. So for a quick example, uh, okay, let's choose you know just an example. Let's say, for example, you want this. Okay, so you select. After selecting, as usual, as you can see here, since we have selected the page, we no longer have the triangle sign here. So it means we have selected a template here. Of course, we can decide to change it if we want to, by clicking here, by the way. So let's edit that. So basically you can edit, you see, thank you for signing up, etc. You see, they have to go to the email, open the email and click the link. You see, so basically if you have selected the double opt-in button, then it's something, they have to locate the email first, and yeah, so it's annoying to have the double opt-in. But however, don't get me wrong, double opt-in is interesting in a way where people will give you their consent. They want to receive email from you, so they are quality leads. So yeah, the only thing is, I think it's better to have the option, to activate or not. It's up to every one of us to choose. So yes, then we need to save changes and exit. So by doing so, we have successfully set up the thank you page. So we can, for example, test the funnel, which is the last step of our presentation here. So this is a thank you page. So let's go to system and okay, save funnel step. So let's go back to funnel. So we are with YouTube. Let's see view funnel. So uh, let's test our test email here. Man, and let's see what happened. Wow, this is nice. You see, so we have basically the thank you page, so he has to go, the person has to go to his email box, open the email, click the link, and he has the free gift. So by the way, this picture can be easily modified. So that take us to the end of our presentation, guys. So we have test the landing page. It works, and basically I have also put a link in the description of the iceberg effect funnel. I shared the funnel with you. You can uh, basically use it as your own and modify everything's here, and you will see the thank you page as well. You can modify it, it's all yours. So thank you very much for watching, and let's say see you in the next video. By the way, if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you on the next video as usual. Bye bye.